Hi, everybody. It's June, your Mouth of the South Tarot, and today is Political Wednesday. I hope everybody can join and talk. I do have an appointment tomorrow, so I will be doing that. Appointment, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'll get it straight here in a minute. I'm still asleep, I think. Anyway, what was I going to say? Something good, I'm sure. I have an appointment at 5 today. So hopefully, if you guys have some questions or anything on this Political Wednesday, you'll pop in and share. Let's get going. And I welcome everybody. I'll be using the Deviant Moon Tarot. Gifted to me by Eleanor. And so I hope everybody will enjoy this Political Wednesday. I don't know if anybody got to see the Knicks game or not, but we were watching it on TV, and Trump did get booed, and he fell asleep. Of course, they didn't show that part on live TV, I don't think. Yeah, they did. Once. That they showed him sleeping. And Kevin and I were like, what? And then now he jinxed the Knicks because they lost. I can't believe it. The fans were disappointed that they couldn't go to the Times Square and watch it on the jumbo screens there like they normally would do for free. But Trump nicked that in the mud, if you will. So anyway, that's something funny. Just a waste of taxpayer money to take a nap, I suppose. I don't know how you could sleep with all that noise. But anyway, there was a lot of people there, and I want to give them my attention too, although this is Political Wednesday. I don't think they were there to see Trump. I think they were actually there to see the game, and at least they didn't fall asleep. Well, one dude was on his phone a lot, but he was probably texting. Who knows? Somebody. A lot of people are on their phone a lot these days, and it's crazy. While they're driving, while they're sitting, while they're at home, while they're at work, that's like the phone is a part of their body. But I did hear something funny today, and I wanted to share that with you all. Hi, Eleanor. Looks like you're the only one on here today. Looks like no one else is coming on. So anyway, that's okay that you can't participate. I understand. I don't know where Gina is. I did hear something funny today, though, as I was saying. I hope somebody, other people come on too. Hi, everybody out there. Where are you? Knock, knock, knock. But anyway, I want to share something funny that people had bought Trump watches. And when this couple received their watch, it didn't have a T on it. It says rump instead of Trump. Like, you're a dumbass for buying this watch. But you probably won't be able to get it back. Oh, it was supposed to be a beautifully crafted, like a Rolex or something. That's funny. It was probably made in China. Yeah, I mean, that was just, that's what you get for buying anything Trump. And I wanted to talk about Ivanka and Kushner, Jared, buying the island, the protected island. Of course, the people of Albania is fighting that tooth and nail, which I think is absolutely hilarious that they're standing up against their regime of a government. And guess who's here? It's Muttley. Hi, Mutt. She's wanting to get on camera. She's such a ham. See if I can put it down. You guys can see her a little bit better. I'm probably going to scare her. Oh, there goes the cards. Oh, no. Oh, no. She just knocked the cards off the deck. Oh, since I was talking about Jared and Blanco, I will see these 4 cards that fell on the floor here. I will pull them out and see what's going on. I guess everybody's busy today. Looks like that the people may have reason to celebrate, or they're celebrating because the government doesn't care what their people think, I guess. But it is a protected island. I feel like, what are they going to do with the animals there? So I don't know, And then there's walking away. Looks like walking away angrily by this deck. So I don't think they're going to get exactly what they want for the amount of money that they want, unless that government just really doesn't care what its people thinks. Then we have the 8 of Pentacles here, and this talks about people. It's reversed, so I think people will boycott the island after they destroy it. So and won't go. Well, maybe the oligarchies will go, or who want favor with the president might go. I don't know about that, but anyway, it's crazy that they're even trying to get this, and it's not like it hasn't been discovered before. She acts like she just discovered it, just an island floating there, and we happened on it, and oh my gosh, right in the middle of the Caribbean. Do you imagine just stumble on this island? Wow. Well, happens to be Albanian's island, and it's been there since World War I or II, and it has tunnels underneath. So good Lord, who knows what they're going to do with it. Page of Wands. And that is they're taking a risk. So everybody will boycott it, and the Albanians might burn it down. I don't know, You never know what they may do. But they're taking a big risk for a little gain there. Probably use taxpayer money to fund it as well. And the stock market, it keeps going up, so says Trump. But most people can't afford to play with stocks and bonds, or it's just too late to get in, and then it's going to come crashing down. I mean, he lies right before Friday, before it closes or whatever, and it makes it go up, and then it goes right back down because what he said was a lie. And he has been pushing certain stocks because he owns a share in them. So he has been pushing them, another way to drift off of stuff. Let's see. I don't know if you can put that on there, or let's see. Will they be able to buy it? It's looking like the cards are looking like probably not. They're going to get a lot of pushback from that. Let's ask the cards that question, Eleanor. And thanks for asking a question. Thanks for being on. You happen to be the only one on today. I guess today is a busy day for people. But anyway, maybe they'll get to watch it later. I hope, anyway. Or maybe I'll do a political recording Wednesday, maybe, if nobody comes on. But anyway, maybe they're just busy or didn't get the notification. One of the two. Anyways, will they be able to buy that island? Will Ivanka and Jared be able to buy the Albanian island? They're in the Caribbean. It says, well, it's a it's a horse and pony show. It's something to distract us, I guess. But it doesn't. It's going to take a balancing act. They're going to have to convince the Albanian people that they're going to take care of the animals that are on there, and or relocate them or something, to a safe place, because that's why the Albanians are protesting it, is because of the corruption and the animals that are protected, that are on that island. Anyway, so it looks like it'll be a balancing act, which is probably it's at this moment, it's a balancing act. They're teetering, if or can they, they're teetering and they're playing with nature. And that's not good. If it were up to Trump, it would be all concrete. There would be no trees. There would be no grass, no flowers, just concrete or onyx, black onyx. He needs all the black onyx he can get to protect himself from people. So it doesn't look like they'll get the island. But anyway, it's a balancing act as of right now anyway. Let's see. Wow. We're like 12 minutes into this. Just me and you, Eleanor. So, I don't know where everybody is. I did want to, I don't know, that just is a distraction. I think they're trying to, or they're probably trying to really buy it, but they're also trying to help us distract from the real issues at hand and rub it into the poor class of the 99% of us that can't afford anything. And Trump talking about he doesn't care. He's spending taxpayers' money to go to the Knicks game and fall asleep. It cracks me up. And everything that he gets is like, he gets under my skin. I guess I shouldn't let him live rent free in my head, right? And okay, I know this is, I know what the answer to this is. So I'm gonna, Tara doesn't like it when you do that, but Tara doesn't like it when you do that. So we'll see. But I'm going to ask this question because it looks like the two Democratic people have won the primary in California. It looks at this moment. So is the Trump administration planning on hampering the election using ICE? Well, probably, but let me ask this question. Was there election tampering going on? A lot of election tampering, because there's a percentage, like a 0.5% that there is, but that's it, not even a full percentage of fraud in the election. Although I did also hear that Mike Johnson is trying to cut Social Security. Boy, that's going to go over like a lead balloon, right? With the American people, especially since they paid in all these years. No, there is no can't cry wolf on this one. It's definitely not a fraudulent. It is true elected Democrats for the primary. So, or for the run to Democrat, going against Democrat for the governor or Senate in California. So yay. Yay. So there's no fraud there. I kind of knew that was the answer. And then let's see, Eleanor's question here. Is the current administration, going to use ICE to intimidate or try to stop people from voting? Which is what I would call voter suppression. Is he going to use ICE to hamper voting? Looks like it. This is a fantasy card. It's a 7 of Cups, and it looks like it. Looks like he's going to try. And hopefully people don't get intimidated by that and not vote. Especially Black and brown people, because, they will probably be harassed by this regime, and women, for that matter. And then I've got, this is, you're not in denial. People are not going to be in denial. They're going to show up. So even though he tries, I think that they're going to show up, and the majority of people probably help protect people from ICE, getting them or arresting them out of the line to vote. And we wonder why we want to mail-in vote. And I've got to go get my husband's mail-in ballot because he can't. So I got to go get his so he can vote when it comes closer to time to vote, I guess. But he doesn't usually vote in the primaries, but especially here in Tennessee, it's blood red. But I may see if I can get him one anyway. Let's see. So yeah, looks like it. Hi, Suckaboo. Good to see you on here. I heard today that he's trying to not only cut, Medicaid and Medicare, but also Social Security. He says there's a lot of fraud going on. A lot of people getting fake Social Security cards, I guess. But he says there's fraud in it, and they're going to put a stop to it. So, and I think it was Midas Touch had a reporter to one of the senators, and the guy was just pretending like he was on his phone, like, oh, I got a phone call. I gotta take this. And, he's just talking like, thanks. Oh, thanks for coming in. Thanks. I appreciate that. And hey, if you could just reach out to, yeah. Okay, thank you. And he kept acting like he was on the phone. And then when he acted like he hung up, he was walking away from the reporter. He never did answer the question. And they asked, what is the secret plan Mike Johnson is concocting to cut Social Security? And that Midas Touch had that planned. And there isn't fraud in the Social Security. I mean, you have to go through a lot. And you, especially like when Holly was first born, and Harmony too, for that matter, I got their Social Security card right then when they were born. So, it's just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Yep. That's true. It's true, Eleanor. Eleanor says that. Oh, let me see if I can put it on there. Everyone will be taken to the streets they cut Social Security. That's true because people are still paying into it. I mean, I think they're trying to make it harder or make you work longer than your 65 years. So I don't know. They're wanting you to work longer nowadays. That's one thing that they said. And then if you're on Medicaid, you need to work 80 hours a month or something like that. If you're on Medicaid. And then, if people could work 80 hours a month, if you could find a job, I guess. And then I'd like to see him put Kevin to work. That'd be funny. I don't know he could talk. He could talk to people. Couldn't answer the phone though. So, I think it's just ridiculous of everything that the regime is doing and wasting taxpayer dollars by going to a game and getting in a forever war that we don't even need to be in. It's like ridiculous. Prices are getting unaffordable. And no, that's not a new word. It's in the dictionary. It's been in the dictionary for a long time. And things are just getting to where you don't want to go anywhere. You don't want to do anything. Because if you do, you won't be able to pay your bills. You can't hardly get gas. So I told Kevin I need to get one of those little motors and put it on my trike and ride my bicycle to the grocery store and to pick up his medicine. But that would be a long ride to pick up his medicine. But to the grocery store wouldn't be too bad. I think I could do it. It might take me longer than the day to get there and back, but I could do it if I had to. But things are really getting tough and tight for everyone, and it's just unbelievable. And if and then he's trying to sell people $600 rump watches. Because that's probably what he really thinks. Or somebody didn't like him and they made it that way on purpose. I don't know. Oh, don't forget to get your rump watch. Oh, I thought that was hilarious. Anyway. So, what's up, Slugaboo? Are you home? So it's just the three of us. We can make it if we try. Just the three of us. Y'all and I. Anyway, I can't sing. Can't carry a tune in a bucket. But hey, didn't keep me from doing it. Should, but it doesn't. Anyways, so I saw that on Midas Touch about Mike Johnson, and then they keep playing on a lot of channels. Trump falling asleep at the Knicks game, and New Yorkers booing him, and oh, I'm sure they were paid to be there, to boo him. Yeah. That's what'll be said next. Probably. Not. Trump might even lose all his supporters if Mike Johnson gets his way with cutting Social Security. He would lose all of his voters because half the people around here are on Social Security. So, I mean, it's just ridiculous. And I think he'd lose the rest of his 34% approval rating. He'd lose that. All the rest of it, except for the 1%, 1%ers of the oligarchies and the people that paid for him to get into the White House. At that, Anyway, it's sad, They say everybody has a price, but hi, Gina. Oh. I understand how that goes. Sugaboo, I am so sorry. I know that, animals, like Sheila, Joy is Sheila's support animal. When she goes outside, Joy will cry because she wants to go with her. And Joy's a cat. But I understand that, we just buried Morrison. That was Holly's other cat. And she's had him for a long time, or seems like a long time. But he wasn't really that old. So I don't know. I think he got really fat, and I think he had a heart attack. And I understand how that goes, and it's just so hard. And some people, it's like your animal, especially your support animals, are very needed, and they're very loved, and that's sad. I'm sorry. Take just a breather and send Slugaboo's grandson a big positive energy, and surround them with love and peace and light. Did they have him cremated, I wonder? Or did they bury him? Or what did they do? Sugaboo, I see a round thing with a stand. So I feel like he's in some ashes somewhere or something. When I closed my eyes, I seen a little round thing like it was the stand. I'd draw it if I could. It was black and white, but anyway, I'm so sorry. But hey, if you want to laugh, go on YouTube and on like the Daily Show. I think he's one of the Daily Show people. It's a Korean gentleman, and I think he's Korean. But he talked about the rump watch. That's funny. So anybody got any questions on any political stuff or anything going on that I don't know about? Yeah, I cannot. I just cannot believe that people can be so stupid. I thought that they were. I saw that when I closed my eyes because I saw a little round thing. It's like a stand, and it was round on the top. So I thought they were going to put him in some ashes. Yeah, we buried ours. I'm getting too old to dig holes anymore, though. So it's not cheap to cremate your animal either. It's not cheap to cremate a person either. But Kevin and I both want to be cremated and not buried. So. Well, they'll get them back, and hopefully. What was the dog's name? Did you say? I can't pronounce her name. Crowan. Oh. Well, hopefully they'll get them soon. Well, it just happened, I guess. It takes a minute. Yeah, especially these days. People just, some people just don't care, It's like why I hate to have my groceries delivered, because my daughter ordered some, and one of the apples that we got were rotten. Should have had to take it back, but, it was just ridiculous. The whole thing was rotten on the inside. It looked beautiful on the outside, but it was rotten on the inside. It was a little soft too. And they, people, you have to have your groceries and you have to have gas. So, I mean, you don't have to go and watch a game, especially when the ticket prices, that's a monopoly too. That's a whole nother story when ticket prices, I can remember when they were $35 to watch a pro football game. And her name was Thunder. Okay. Yeah. Oh, poor Thunder. Oh, I had a dog named King once. Not Martin, but just King. Well, it was my dog. It was my dad's dog. He was a German Shepherd, and he was an ex-police dog, and he did not like guns. I'll tell you that. That dog would tear you up. Even if you pointed a squirt gun at somebody, he'd tear you up. Animals are good. And I'm hoping that enough, he's already, Trump is already talking about the election is rigged. There's no possible way that the Democrats could have came back that quick, just like, he came back quick. Kamala was winning, and then all of a sudden Trump came back and won. So I guess he thinks that since he rigged his, that the Democrats are rigging theirs. And he's trying every which way. Hi, Jennifer. I'm glad to see you on. I'm glad to see Slugaboo on, and Eleanor and Gina. And Eleanor's not feeling very well. Hopefully she gets to feeling better. I hope that you do anyway. And if anybody has any questions, please feel free to pop it in the comment section, and I'll try to answer it best if I can. I'm using the Deviant Moon that was gifted to me by Eleanor. I appreciate that. And I hope everybody is having a good day today, and, watching your money, and, not worrying about it too much. But it's hard when all this chaos in the world going on today. It's hard to see a light at the end of the tunnel, if you will, and hoping it's not a train, or somebody coming to take your rights away. They've already got with our ICE out there, swiping people off jobs, it's ridiculous. And it seems to be getting more and more and more and more. There's all kinds of protests happening all over the world, not just in the United States, against the Trump regime. It's coming out now on Aaron. Hi, Yvonne. Haven't seen you in a bit. What? Okay, let me see. What will come of the conversation in the Situation Room regarding Epstein months ago? It's coming out now on Aaron Parnas. Is that a show? Is that a YouTube channel? Or what is that? Jennifer? What will come out of that? Well, we know he was suppressing votes. Ooh, that's going to be like pulling teeth. Ask Elizabeth Warren. It's going to be like pulling teeth there to get his name redacted or not redacted. It's going to be, I think they need to believe the victims. I think it took a lot of courage for those victims to come forward, and they need to believe them. And that one, his secretary that made appointments for him and called for him, she was on that protective deal that Epstein made the first time he got arrested, that they wouldn't investigate any of those people. And she said she never talked to Trump and blah, 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 which we all know is a lie. So it's like pulling teeth to get the Republicans to submit anything about Trump. And Pam Bondi, the same with her. They got to her before they didn't even well, they subpoenaed her, but then they said she came in on her own, so she doesn't have to be under oath, blah, blah, blah. So this is going to be like pulling teeth for us to know. It's like the Kennedy files. I mean, that was pulling teeth for us to know who assassinated Kennedy, so it's like, and was there only one? Was there two? Were the shots coming from different places? Was the right guy arrested? There's all kinds of theories out there, and I mean, it's going to be pulling teeth, and it's going to be pulling teeth probably all through spring. We might get them after spring, maybe in the summer. Spring's almost over. That's going to be pulling teeth for a minute now to get them to release that. Oh, it's a YouTube channel. Political commentator. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah, I heard that too. Yeah. That's not cool. I hope you're doing well, Yvonne, and everybody. I just, I feel bad for the victims of all of them, because they think they can just buy whatever and whoever they want to and do with whoever and whatever they want to do with. And Trump thinks of people as his pawns. We're not, his peasants, we're not. He thinks we are, but we're not. Myself off the stage here. Ooh. That's good. It's been muggy here, like rainy, muggy. I feel like I live in the swamp right now. And the sheetrock is up and mudded and all that, but it's having a hard time drying. And they want me to leave the windows open, and there's no screen on those windows, so birds will fly in. I can't leave the windows open. I just can't. Not all day anyway, because it'll rain in there too. It's been rainy. Yeah. Sheila said something about that today, and Kevin said that was probably fake news. But I wouldn't put it past Trump to lie about that and say that he is taking their oil. Bull crap. If he was, the prices would be down, because he would be bragging about how the prices are going down because he got all this oil and he stole it. He is the stealer. We all know that. He's a pirate. He commandeered some oil. Yeah, right. Do we believe that? Did Trump? That's a question. Did Trump commandeer Iranian oil? A drop, even. See if he did. He's not even as cool as Pirates of the Caribbean. He's not even cool as Johnny Depp playing Captain Jack Sparrow. Trump probably wouldn't even get on a boat. Probably can't swim. Probably fall asleep and fall overboard. So is he stealing the oil from Iran right now? Let's see. No, he isn't. And I don't think anybody believes that anyway for 1 second, even if he says it or doesn't say it or might say it. But he isn't. He's not getting anything. And I think, every time he opens his mouth, they just ought to mute it, because what he says is ridiculous. And I don't know, I'm sure everybody has seen that that post where he was doing an interview with that female reporter. And of course, he said, "You're crooked. I knew you would ask that, and you're crooked." And he storms out and says, "We're done." Now he says he'd do another interview with her sometime in the future, but he is just, gosh, he's so corrupt and such a liar. I mean, you can't believe anything the man says. Yeah, I don't even know if he is really Donald J. Trump. I guess he is. That's just me saying that. Because he just lies so much, I just cannot believe it. How much he lies and boasters and makes himself out to be in perfect health and in everything, It just drives me insane. Hi, Glorious. Good to see you. I'm here. Good to see you. Good to see you. Glad you got to catch it. Got some people coming on. If you have any questions, let me know. Again, these two cards just fell out when I was talking about Trump. He is definitely losing his grip. He's not even, I think he's even losing some of his die-hard followers. His approval rating is going to go, it's going to tank. Enough of the horse and pony show. This is the Two of Pentacles, by the way, reversed. So enough with the, horse and pony show. We're done with listening to your lies. Every time you open your mouth, we expect to hear another lie. They really do need to get the Epstein files up for real. And then this one came up, and time is running out for him. Justice is coming. Karma is coming. Justice is it's coming, and it can't come too soon. I would think with the Two Swords, it would be a fall time card for me. So, I can't wait, but justice is coming, and it'll be this lifetime that we get it. And I hope that people read and not fall for the same mistakes again as they have with this regime. I can't wait for the regime change to take place. I really can't. So if anybody has any questions, please feel free to throw them in the chat. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And, share this channel. Word of mouth is the best way to get things out. And hopefully people will join and up our subscription status. And hopefully I can get monetized, and there we go. That would be fun, wouldn't it? At least I would feel like I was, contributing to the family in some way other than, physically contributing. I was so tired yesterday. My daughter did step up to the plate and turn her dad for me and feed him. So the house is, I got a delivery today. Let's see. I got a delivery today of the vanity and the shower head, I think, and some tile for the kitchen. I'm not real sure, what I was up there. Sheila went up there, and I was making Kevin something to eat when they came. So she went up there and let them in the back door if they wanted to go in the back door. So, but they put it in there. Didn't take the old vanity out, but they put it in there. I don't know. So hopefully it looks good. She said what color the tile was. I should have had her take a picture, but I forgot. Let's see. Here's a question. You know, they have been sitting on all that information for a long time. Why hasn't anyone looked into any of that before now? I'm not trying to stick up for him, but, um, you know, I don't know why. I don't know why. I guess the Democrats that were in there were trying to protect Bill, and the Republicans are trying to protect Trump. And the oligarchs are probably paying people off, to not show this horrendous stuff. But these girls, these women, have been tortured and had to live with this all of their life. And I'm sick of people taking advantage. No, Bill Cosby, Weinstein, um, all those people, they were probably intertwined with Trump as well. Not Trump, well, Trumpstein. Trumpstein, yeah, in Trump, with Trump and Epstein. And I think that there were multiple people, not one person could pull that off, and not just him and Elaine could pull it off the way they did. So they had help with other rich and famous people. And I guess now the son married that banker. He was dead now too, I think. No, the son of that banker that helped Epstein with money, and I guess he worked for him for a little while. I don't know. I think probably watch your children. I read on that earlier, and I don't think they can make cuts to Social Security, but I didn't think they could do a lot of things that they're doing. Let's ask the cards about what Yvonne just said about why hasn't anyone looked into it? Why haven't they? But I will answer this one too in just a second. But I'm going to answer this: why hasn't anybody looked into it? That was my opinion. And the same with this question. My opinion is I can't, but I didn't think they could do a lot of things they were doing. I didn't think he could just declare war or conflict. Sorry. And he did. So, but let's see. Why hasn't anybody brought it up before? Ooh. Fear of being persecuted, fear of whose name was in it, fear of like Prince Andrew being exiled, from his name. He's down to Andy, I think. But I think it was fear is why they didn't. And a lot of people are on that list. It's not just Trump, and it's not just Clinton, and it's not just Woody Allen. It's not just, or Weinstein. It's not just those. I mean, and we thought Diddy was bad, Jeez. And let's see. So will Mike Johnson be able to cut security taxes? Will he be able to do that? And this is a current energy. Things can change. So this is our current energy, and things, as well as I do, tarot can change it. You can decide to change it any which way you want to. Let's see. Will Mike Johnson be able to make cuts to Social Security? Now, it's funny, I got the same cards. He's not going to be able to. No. but he's going to try. He's going to try, but he's not going to be able to. That's not a popular thing. That would be the end of his political career for real. And it would be a big loss even if he tries. So he may try, but he's not going to win it. No, he can't do that. He's not going to be able to do it. And it might be just another one of those distraction things, a fantasy in his head. It's just a fantasy that he is verbalizing that he's not going to be able to do it. And and there's the fantasy card. Here it is. And that's the 7 of Pentacles. These were all Pentacles. Wow, or not Pentacles, Cups. So it's like, wow, wishful thinking is what he's doing. And he's wishful thinking out loud so he can make more money. Will Tellerico win Texas at midterm election? I don't know, but I hope so. Will Tellerico win Texas at midterms? Let's see. Will he win midterms? Tellerico, will he win? Straight off the top, guys. Yeah, it's not going to be that hard. Looks like at this present time, and it's also springtime. It's a springtime card. This is a 10 of Wands in reverse. And this talks about, if it was this way, I'd be like, nope, he's got a heavy load. But I don't think it's going to be that hard for him to win in Texas. So way to go, Tellerico. And they're still taking it out of people's paycheck that is working now. So if they're going to, cut it, then, they shouldn't, because that'll be the end of their career. People will definitely want some change then. It's like I said, there's still a lot of people that is, relies on that. I know we do. And they've already cut, like Kevin would get a little extra money for his medicines or stuff that Medicare wouldn't pay for. And, they've already taken that away. So, it's just a big mess. And I think that they're wishful thinking. That's a fantasy in their head that they've been trying to do this for years. Republicans have been trying to cut Social Security and trying to fearmonger people into believing it's the best thing for them. Well, if they cut it, then we shouldn't have to pay it anymore. So let's see, did they cut these programs so they could put money in their own pocket? June's opinion is probably, they say it's to help with, he doesn't have time to, think about childcare or the American people, how they're suffering. And that's because he's making a lot of money by making us suffer. So June says yes, that's exactly why they're cutting them. So they can give Congress a raise and give the Trump a raise. I think we have to have a law for Congress term limits and Senate term limits and Supreme Court judge term limits. I think that all of that needs to have term limits on it. Shouldn't be able to make a career out of that on the backs of the working class people. What question? To put the money, are they putting the money that they're cutting these programs to line their own pockets? Well, this card wants to be in top here, and it's the King of Swords, which is a Libra type of person. They say it's to balance the budget, but I think the truth be told, it's to line their pockets. And they say they're trying to balance the deficit, balance the budget for America or stop fraud is what they're saying. But the only fraudster that I think is a fraud is in the White House right now. Let's see, what's this question? Will the screwworm situation get worse for us? It's spreading. Yeah, and the thing about that screwworm is that Biden had put a stop to Mexico's cattle coming over here. And of course, since Trump has taken office, he wanted to undo everything Biden did. So he said, no, let them come. Of course, to be fair, they were supposedly screened, but apparently somebody slipped somebody some money, so that cow got in. And so I think it'll probably get a little worse before it gets better. I think they should get paid jury duty pay to be in Congress, is what I think. But let's see, with the screwworm, that's a perfect name for a screwworm, because we're all getting screwed by the worm. Sometimes I crack myself up. Will the screwworm situation get worse for us in the United States? Well, this is the first I really heard about the screwworm. I didn't even know that Biden had something in place about that. But, well, it just looks like one card. The Empress. The Empress came out. This is a major arcana, and this talks about taking care. So I believe that people are, fed up with all of this, everything that's coming out, everything that's going wrong. And, they're probably blaming Biden anyway for this, but I think it is going to get a little worse before it gets a little better. We got to take care of ourselves. And I really like beef. I'm a carnivore, so I hate that. So hopefully it doesn't get any further than Texas. And, the United States cattle industry has gone down anyway, because, farmers can't afford to feed them. They can't afford to do lots of things. So in a way, it is going to get worse before it gets better, but I do think they're going to catch it in time. Hopefully, JFK Jr. there will do some dissecting on that worm instead of raccoons, but who knows? And they should they should work. They shouldn't get paid if they don't work. I know that, no person that if they just take off unless they've worked up to save for vacation time gets paid for that. Doge cut screw money too. Yeah, they did. They did away with a lot of that agricultural oversight stuff. They sure did. He's just trying to undo everything. Of course, they're blaming it on Biden. Of course they are. You know that. How is Joe Biden's health doing? The last I heard, he was doing okay. I think he does have cancer. I think. How is Joe Biden's health doing? How is Joe Biden's health doing? I heard somebody say that Trump said it's coming, the worm is coming over on like people's legs or people's clothes, or I'm like, oh my gosh, just like drinking bleach to get rid of COVID, you know? Oh Lord. I don't know where he gets that idea. Oh wait, was I taking that out of context? How's Joe Biden's health doing? You got the Eight of Cups here, and he's trying hard to fight it. He's up there in age, and sometimes your immune system goes down as we level up, if you will, and his seems to be deteriorating a little bit. But nobody lives forever. No one here gets out alive, in the words of Jim Morrison. And a lot of people think that this is an end card, which it is the last card of the tarot deck, major arcana wise. But it's usually about education. And I don't think there is anything that they can do to keep him alive forever. There's nothing, there's nothing they can do but make him comfortable. And, it's okay. He was a good president. I don't care what anybody says. And I don't care about the auto pin, I don't care. And, time is running out for him too, unfortunately. But I think, in a way, I think he's ready. He's so tired of being blamed for everything. I don't blame him. I hate being accused of something I didn't do. Hate that. So, I mean, but he knows who he is. He knows what his heart is. And, Hunter Biden was giving it back to him, very much so, about, taking things out on his family, his mother, and his family. Hunter Biden was really giving it back to him. I saw an interview, pieces of it, with somebody, and Hunter Biden was interviewing Hunter Biden, and he was just really letting him have it. So somebody was even saying Hunter Biden needs to run for president. If we had a guy that did heroin off toilet seats running the CDC, why not? Or a rapist felon in the White House. Why can't he be in the White House? Jeez. Let's see. Yeah, he definitely, I agree with you, Eleanor. I'm going to put that up just so people can see it on the screen. So yeah, he needs to be voted out for sure. But if his term limit's up, and I didn't think they had a term limit in Congress. They have to get reelected. That's right. They have to get reelected to get back in if their term is up, but they don't have like term limits. I guess I need to say term limits. They need to put term limits on them, and they need to be paid jury pay. It needs to be, Yeah, he is. I just think Hunter Biden is hilarious. He's like, well, whatever. They talked about him drifting off of his dad's presidency. Woof. Wow, we got a lot to talk about your family there, Trumpster. Trumpster the dumpster. Um, yeah, I don't know. I just think that is so funny. Just funny. Stage when I'm trying to read the there we go. Ooh, let's see. No, they can't handle the clap back. Oh, here's one. Somebody asked, will Hunter Biden run for president? I keep kicking myself off when I'm trying to get these questions on the screen there, trying to read them. Keep kicking myself right on off of here. Will Hunter Biden run for president? After what they put his dad through, he probably doesn't want it. But heck, if Trump can be president, anybody can be. I could be. Will Hunter Biden run for president from 2028? At least he has a good sense of humor. Unlike Trump, he can take a joke. Unlike Trump. Right off the top, will he run for president? I got the Queen of Cups. Reverse. That's a Scorpio type card. And this is a definite no. He's not going to run for president. At least he's not thinking about that right now. After what they put his dad through, who can blame him? I wouldn't run for it. I mean, who can blame him? Let's see. 81-year-old Doris Matsushi is running for re-election here in California. Will she be voted out? She needs, I mean, come on, you guys. There's got to be an age limit on this stuff too. You can't be senile walking around and be in there. I don't care if you're Democrat or Republican or whatever you are. You should know when to step down. Like Ruth, she should have known to step down. And I guess it's hard. It's hard to step down from something that you should, but you don't want to. Like, I could say, all the time about me climbing the ladder. I can climb the ladder. I can climb the ladder. And my husband's like, no, you can't. And he's right. I thought I could dig a hole. No, I can't. But, I guess it's hard, when the older you get. Will this lady be elected out, Doris. Sushi. Will she be elected out? She's 81. Will she be voted out? Not elected out, but voted out. Let's see, we're going to take it right off the top. Page of Pentacles upside down. Page of Pentacles reversed. This is a Capricorn type of. Doesn't look like she's going to get voted out. Doesn't look like it. Not yet anyway. Not at this present moment. It's a summertime card, so I think this is not what people are thinking at the moment. But people probably ain't even thinking about her, at the moment. So hopefully, people will wake up and realize, or she will step down. So let's see. I'm trying not to get kicked off the comments again. Oh, there's another one. Here's another one. Will the UFC event still happen on the 14th? If so, what will be the turnout like? So let's see. I heard that I don't know how true this is, but I heard there were a lot of LGBTQ people buying up tickets, and that they were going to go in full sparkle, if you know what I mean. So that'd be kind of fun to see. I might want to, turn it on just to see that. But let's see. Let's ask the cards. Will the UFC fight go on as planned June 14th, Obama Appreciation Day? I know there's a lot of King's protests going on that day. I know that. No King's protests. Will the UFC fight go as planned? And let's see. Well, nope. It's a 3 of wands. And no, I think it's going to be postponed. I think it's going to rain that day. It's going to rain on his parade, but I think it'll be postponed, or it won't be nobody show up because they're all at the No King's protest, other than the military. And remember, no fatties. You can't buy a ticket if you're a fatty. Let's see. Yeah, that kind of sucks. As of right now, they're not going to vote her out. She has enough money to keep herself in there. But let's see. How will the turnout be if it even takes place? Which I don't think it is. I think it's going to rain on his parade. What will the turnout be if it does get postponed or doesn't happen? I know his rally probably won't have many people at it. King of Wands. I believe people are it's not going to be a very good turnout. This is an Aries type of temperament, and they're pretty much leaders, and they're going to be leading No King's protest in conjunction. And maybe be at National Obama Appreciation Day. And people have, some people have passion. This is the Ace of Cups, and they have something new to do, something different to go to. They don't want to have to pay $1 million to watch a fight. All they have to do is go outside and watch ice pick up on somebody, and there's your fight. Um, so, you know, I think that they're not going to have, they're going to find different passions, find something else to do that day. And yeah, the Five of Swords, um, picking the battles, picking which way you want to go, picking your battles. And that's one, they're not picking a battle. They're not even going to go. They're just not going to show up, the majority. And he will. This is kind of like being left out in the cold and somebody watching you, and that's it. You got like one person there peeking because they can afford a ticket, so they're just watching through the fence. And then we have it's the Five of Swords here. I thought that one was a Five of Swords. So that was the Seven of Swords. Tweaking the plan. They're not tweaking it, so postponing. And it's fall time card. And this is the picking your battles card, and it's reversed, so they're not picking it. So is that. So they're not tweaking their plan either. So I messed up, believe it or not. But this is a 5 and this is a 7. So they're not tweaking their plan, and they're not picking battles. So I don't think they're gonna go. And I don't even think the fighters are gonna show up, because if it's raining, they don't want to fight in the rain outside in the hot with mosquitoes, and I don't think they're gonna go. I think it's gonna get washed out or rained out, or people are making plans to appreciate Obama on that day and do the No Keynes protest. So that's cool. I like that. Let's see. Yeah, it's just crazy the way that they make money and make a career out of being a politician. I think that it needs to be jury pay, and it needs to be a service that you do, that you have to do, not that you want to do, that you have to do. Sorry, guys. I I keep doing that. When I'm trying to get over here to look at the questions or look at questions, I can't. I keep getting myself kicked out or off the screen. I keep taking myself off the screen. I don't know why I'm doing that. Oh, that's a good question. It's a good question, Eleanor. With Trump and Mike Johnson threatening to dismantle Social Security, Medicaid, care, and Medicaid, will this bring people out to vote against all Republicans running in 2026, both in the Senate and the House? I believe so. Of course, I wasn't going to vote for him anyway, but I believe so. I believe that'll definitely shake things up a bit too much. So they need to stop threatening that if they want to stay in office, in June's opinion, which I'm protected so far right now by the First Amendment. See, they will be voted out by the people. Let's see. Will they be voted out? Will that help people to get out and vote, whether there's ICE agents there or not? We got 2 cards here. King of Cups, that's a Cancer card. Reverse, it's King of Cups. It's a Cancer card. And it says, yes, cancers are normally about putting their money where their mouth is, and they're very, very much so. Yes, they're going to go and, young, old, there might be some election fraud then because people are really going to come out. There are going to be a lot of votes to count or a lot of machines to rig. This is the Eight of Pentacles, which means there's not enough money in the world to pay people to stay at home. There's not enough money in the world to pay people to vote for any type of this regime. Now, there are some people who are blinded and still blinded by this regime, that it's just crazy. So it looks like they're going to take the day off of work, even if they have to, and go vote, which it should be a paid holiday, in my opinion. Hi again. I keep kicking myself off. It's not YouTube this time. It's June. It's all me. Every time I'm going over here to click on the comments, it's oh Lord. So it's June having technical issues. Yeah, she does need to go. I agree. She's too old to be in there anyway. That math Doris needs to go. So did Newsom. Newsom did what? What did Newsom do? Hi, John. What did Newsom do? Take money from AIPAC? Or take money from what was that? What was that? So did Newsom. Newsom took money from IAPAC, AIPAC. He took money from them? Is that what you're saying? Or Newsom? I think Newsom's great. I think he kind of fights fire with fire, which is kind of cool. I really need to learn how to not throw myself off of here. Hope you're doing good, John. Huh. Okay. That's interesting. I'll have to check that out later on. Let's see. Let's put that up on the screen so everybody can see that. To where you can see who took money from what, I guess. Yeah. Wonderful. That's cool. I'm glad. Good for you. Oh, well, go take it. That'll be fun. Good. I'm happy for you. Now just do that in the real one. So good. Proud of you, John. That's wonderful news. I understand. Yeah, and I always remember the ones I missed. I always remember the answer after I missed it. So if I get it wrong, I'm like, what did I get wrong? Okay, I got you. That was a trick question. I used to be a good test taker because I would memorize things, not really learn it, just memorize it. But now, seeing that I'm leveling up, my memory's not so great anymore, and I'm getting like Trump. I'm falling asleep all the time. But I have an excuse. I work hard. So, anybody else got any other questions? Yeah, I imagine they were tough. And I think there needs to be an age limit on Congress and House and judges and presidents and vice presidents. I know you have to be a certain age to run, but they should be a certain age to where you can't run. Over a certain age, and then you can't run. Kevin, did we ever have a sitting president that died in office?
Yeah.
That wasn't assassinated?
Garfield did.
Who?
Garfield.
Hill?
Garfield.
Bark Hill.
Garfield.
I can't remember what he said, but yeah, there has been. I'm just curious.
He said Garfield.
Oh, Garfield. I thought he said Dark Hill. I was like, who's that? Or Bart Hill. He said Garfield died during presidency while he was in office. I have done something unusual. I have let Taro plan the exam schedule. Well, good. Somebody's calling. I don't know who that is. Nobody important. I guess it was spam. It cut it off. Oh, and Harding died in office too. Did Harding die in office too? I don't know. I don't either. I was curious. Other than being assassinated, I knew there were a few that had been assassinated, but I wondered if anybody had died. And ooh, speaking of something dying, I think we know what this means. Coolidge tried to make tarot reading illegal. Yeah, and in Tennessee, you cannot be in the city limits and legally read cards. They call it a fortune telling tool, and then they banned that, and they said now you have to pay a $500 privilege tax to read tarot in the counties. So, it is what it is, but I read them anyways. So, but you know what this means? Something is falling down. Not gonna be looking good for the dumpster, if you know what I mean. Anyway. The Republican candidate for governor in California has only been a citizen since 2021. And he's running on a Republican side. Yeah. Well, Arnold was a not a birthright citizen. He was a immigrant married to a Kennedy. That's how he got in. Because used to, if you weren't born here, you couldn't run for office, any kind of office. Now, I guess anybody can run. Doesn't matter. But I don't think he's going to win that race either. Yeah, I think that, I look at tarot is not a fortune telling tool. It is more of a guide, really, because the energy can change in any given moment. Like if I read your cards and you absolutely hated what I said, you could change it. You could use the tools that it's given you to change it. Like John Clark said, he was letting the tarot dictate when the exam will be. So I think that's awesome. I think that, you can use tarot to your benefit. It's more of a guide than it is a fortune telling tool, in my personal professional opinion on the subject. So I think it's more of a guide, not a fortune telling tool, because we all have free will, we all have energy, and we all can change our mind in any given moment and not go down that path. Now, the only thing for certain is death. That's the only thing that is for certain. That's the only thing that's certain. I got the 9 of Pentacles when I was talking about that. And, so I'm not making any money doing this. So it's like, how can it be illegal if I'm not making anything? So, I don't know. But I just don't think it's a fortune telling tool. I think it's a guide, really. And I think in the start of tarot, they would use it as strategy, like playing chess or something. They would use it to help them strategize for war, for love, for whatever, whatever guidance they needed. They would use the tarot deck for those types of things, for guidance, really. So tarot cards and other methods, men and religious seats of power cannot control, and that's why they tried to make it illegal. Yeah, they can't control. Well, it's a freedom of religion. Hey, this is my religion. I can use it if I want to. Let's see. I don't want to answer that guy's call here, whoever this is. Yeah. It's true. That is very true, John. It's more of a guide than it is a fortune telling tool, in my opinion. Let's see, what was this? Let's see. Do I think that the mayor of New York City will run for president at any time and win? Let's see. I think he's concentrating on New York right now, and he really wants to do a good job of that. And I don't think he's really contemplating it right now, but he may in the future. Let's see what he's thinking. What at the present moment is he thinking? Will he run for president, the mayor of New York? So that's the tarot, if you will. And tarot is a very uniform deck. It's not an oracle deck either. But anyway, as I was talking about tarot, let's see. At the current moment, I'm going to go right off the top here. At the current moment, no. He's not thinking about that right now at this present moment. So again, he is, trying to take care of what he needs to take care of and do the best job he knows how to do in the state that he is in for now, for New Yorkers, which is cool. That's cool. Let's see. See if I don't kick myself off of here. Yeah, I've heard that too. And I think that Lincoln's wife was into it as well as Churchill's. Uh, um, yeah, and that the Winchester Mansion, the lady that owned that for the guns, the rifles, Winchester rifles, uh, she had a lot of them too. A lot of seances and oh, he was not born in America. I did not know that. Oh, thank you. We got a lot going on. I think sometimes other countries get more of our news than we do, especially you know, the real stuff, they get more of that unless, they're Trump lovers and then they just watch whatever Fox is saying. But thank you. I'm glad that you like our stream, and we are, we are a community in this channel, and I love the collaboration. I love the people being involved in it and talking, and it's not just bots or haters. It's I don't get a lot of that, and it's no more of these people trying to hit on me. It's none of that anymore, which is good. I'm glad for that. I love the community that we're building, and I hope that it keeps going up. And I hope that everybody hits like and subscribe, and helps me get this monetized. Let's see. Yeah, and there was a documentary about Native Americans. They did a like a test because and Native Americans, they didn't want to cut their hair, so they had taken them to the military. When they went into the military, they wanted to cut their hair, and Native Americans didn't want to. So they did this test where they cut some of their hair that they would allow them to, and then the other ones didn't. And they would sneak up on the ones that were that cut their hair, and they could sneak up on them. But the ones who didn't cut their hair, they couldn't sneak up on. So there is something about a person's hair and remote viewing and all kinds of things. You can read people's irises, and you can read their head by touching it. You can read their palms. There's all kinds of ways to divine. You can use a pendulum. You can, there's just so many ways. And I think that there is some truth to that vibration that Indians would get through their hair. They would know when something was coming. So I think it was kind of interesting when I saw that a long time ago. Yes, please don't. Please don't. I please don't forget to hit like and subscribe. But there are so many ways. You can use a black bowl and scrying that way, looking into like the abyss, if you will, and with water. That's a way of divination as well. And I always thought the reflecting pool was black because it was supposed to reflect, not be a swimming pool. But anyway, I don't think it's very deep either. And you've tried using a mirror before. Yeah, usually you're reflecting on yourself when you use a mirror. But yeah, I'm crystal balls. There's inclusions in the crystal balls that will present themselves in real crystals. And today is, or June is Pearl, this June's birthstone. I haven't got up with Desiree of late to see. She hasn't messaged me. Last time we tried to do the collab together, she lives in India and I live here, so it was kind of hard to be able to get on, and I couldn't get on her streaming way without downloading Google again. I've already got Google, so and then it wouldn't let me on. And then it wouldn't let me on the Riverside, I think it's what it's called, without paying. And I wasn't going to pay for another streaming service. So I didn't get on there, but with her. So we're going to try to figure out something else to do, I guess. So how did it go with the mirrors? I guess what Glorious is asking. But there's all kinds of ways to scrying.
If Joy starts crying, just back on the wall.
Okay.
I'll hear you.
Hopefully she won't.
Probably not. All right.
Oh, you didn't like it very good, huh? Didn't go good. It's kind of hard to use mirrors, I think, for scrying because you're reflecting off of yourself. So I think you're looking more inward than you are outward. I know that you can use mirrors to send energy back to people that are sending you bad energy. You can use a mirror to let it reflect off of you, or wear something like mirrors. I'm making up words now. Mirrored jewelry will reflect off and send negative or positive energy back to people. So yeah, you can use that for that. Some people put it in certain spots in their house to keep out negative stuff. So that's interesting. My watch is making some really craziness on the. Hi, I can't say your name. Fatima Bert. What does Spirit say about you today? Let's see. This is Political Wednesday. Are you running for office? But I'll answer it. I just wonder. Maybe you need to run for office. Let's see what Tarot has to say to. What does Spirit have to say to Fetterman? For me. What? Okay, I don't know that I'm saying your name right, and I'm so sorry. Fate me. I'll get Eleanor to help me pronounce it. She's my school teacher. Spirit says that you have a very creative mind and you need to put it to work and stop, thinking that's just a fantasy. You can achieve anything you want to achieve. And it's saying that, you have a wonderful mind and you need to write some fantasy books or something and get going. Let's see what else it has to say for you today. Forgot what the tarot card of the day was already today. I was half asleep when I did it. Oh, and you're stronger than you think you are as well. That's the Strength card. So that's cool. I like that. It says you have strength and you have creativity, creative abilities, and you have a very fantastical mind. So that's awesome. Yeah, work it. And if I learn how to pronounce your name, I'll pronounce it. It's similar as Fatima. Fatama. Ooh, I had a hard time pronouncing the Cody's name too when she first started coming on. I'm sorry. I am sorry I butchered your name. Here's Motley. She says she's sorry too. Here comes the tail. Well, she ducked under the camera this time. She's laying under the Fatima. Fatima. Am I saying that right? Fatima. Fatima. Nope. She ran off. She don't like the clicking of the when I turn my stand around. She doesn't like that clicking sound it makes, so she takes off. You don't have to take off, Miss Motley. You come here, baby. Come here. Come here, Mott. Come here. Come here, Motley. Motley. Oh, meow. She got something to say. Fatima, I did it. Oh, yay. I did it. Fatima. Fatima. Thank you, Gina. I don't know where Eleanor went, but Motley said it right. She was like, yeah. Talk to him, Motley. What are you doing? What are you doing, Kiki? What are you doing? You want to come up here? Come on. Oh, goodness. You're on my phone. That scared her. Yeah, she's being a little camera shy today, but I'm scaring her to death. Keep dropping stuff, making clicking noises. Ain't that right, Mott? Ain't that right, Mott? Oh, Motley, Motley, Motley. Motley, Motley. Pick up the phone here. I'll probably scare you to death there. She just wants to be right there, and I'll put my cards on her. Let her shuffle. Gonna pick a card? You gonna pick a card, Motley? She is cute. She's my daughter's cat. And orange cats, female orange cats, are very rare. Usually they're male cats when they're orange like she is. My Festus was orange too. He was a male cat though. He wasn't the daddy of her though. I don't know who was her daddy. Yeah, she's a kitty. Yeah, she's not very old. She's not even a year old yet, I don't think. Well, she might be a year, maybe. Oh, good. Oh, that's three of us now. So I'm hearing more and more of people who have orange kitties, and that's cool because that's rare. That's really rare. Not many of them are females. Sure, of course. Fit me. Let's see. What else does Spirit want to tell you? Oh, we got a few more cards here. You need to stand your ground. This is the Seven of Wands. You need to stick up for yourself, stand your ground. Don't let people gaslight you I used to think, what does gaslight mean? But it's like people trying to make you think one way or another when you know what your truth is. So stand your ground, be yourself, be your creative, fantastical self. And try not to let people judge you. It's okay. It's their opinion. They're entitled to have it, but you're not entitled to believe it. You don't have to. You don't have to believe it. I used to say, what you say about me is what you think about me is none of my business. And that's what you can think. So believe in yourself and stand your ground. and you can't get money out of a turnip. So you're going to have to start using that creative mind of yours to water your plants. This is a 7 of Pentacles, and it is reversed. So you're going to have to use your creative mind to generate some growth within yourself and some money, creativity. I think you have it. You just haven't learned how to hone into it, I guess. And then you got the Queen of Swords, which is a Virgo type of person. And this talks about, Virgos are very good listeners. And sometimes you have to listen. You have to listen. And I think this is what this is trying to tell you, because it is reversed. So either you are a young Virgo or you are not listening, not even to your own self, let alone your spirit guides or anybody else. You don't think of yourself as very creative, but you are. And the 7 of Swords, I'm always about this, the best well-made plans sometimes need to be tweaked. They need to be adjusted. A lot of people think this card means taking your toys and going home, but that's not true. It means that you have to tweak your plan. You can't just make a plan and stick with it, and that's all there is to it. You have to tweak it. So, try to, if you can, to tweak your plan. And that's it. Oh, let's see. Thank you. Thank you. I try to be kind. Oh, thank you, Gina, for putting Venmo up. I appreciate that. I really do. She looks like a baby. Motley, yeah. She's not that old. Somebody left her in a box, her and Joy and Jesse, in a box in the field, in the hot. It was last summer, I think. It was very hot. And yeah, and then the mama found the box. They put them in a box with no food, no water. It's very hot. They poked holes in the box, and then they taped the holes up. And I guess some of the kittens had gotten out, but those 3 didn't. The mama did, but these 3 kittens did not. And my neighbor found them, and she couldn't keep them. And so I took one, Holly took one, and Sheila took one. And then the mama found them, so we got the mama too. I had 3 orange and white cats. They were the loveliest things, but they're all lovely. Yeah, I love cats. I do. I love all animals, actually. The deer that come around the house, I'm always wanting to pet them, and but they won't let me that close. But my husband's like, "Don't you make a pet out of that? It'll get that deer killed." Yeah, I had one that was Mel. He was orange and white, Festus. He had a question mark on his back in white. It was so cute. He was cute. It was adorable. That's when I found out I couldn't dig a hole. Luckily, my brother-in-law was here when he passed, or we had to put him down, actually. And he helped me dig the hole because I was like, I can help. And he's like, okay. And so I was trying, and I got 1 foot in the hole on the shovel, and I couldn't get it back out. And I was like, Phil, I can't get out. So he had to help me get out. That was funny. Yeah, and then Sammy adopted me. He was our neighbor's cat, and he was all orange. He was a beautiful cat. He was our neighbor's cat, and he adopted me. He followed me around this whole place all the time. And he didn't like anybody near me. He scratched my great grandson, because he didn't. Yeah, I'm a great. Who knew it? But yeah, he scratched him. I was walking up the trail there, and he he was following behind me, and I was like, Sammy, and he scratched poor little Ollie, and I picked him up, and I said, Sammy, Satan, you get in front of me so I can see you. He didn't like Ollie. He didn't like me holding his hand. Okay. I did a tarot card of the day today. I can't remember what it was. Oh, it was I think the 8 of Pentacles or 10 of Pentacles reverse or something. It was a pentacle. I know that. And it was talking about worry. It's like a rocking chair. It keeps you busy, but it doesn't get you anywhere. Does Spirit have anything they want Yvonne to know today? Ah, thank you. I'm glad you get to watch me live today. That's cool. I'm glad you can watch my tarot live. I do a live every day. Not live, a tarot card of the day every day, except for Sunday, because I do Zodiac Sundays, which tells you, what's coming up for the week for you. But anyway, does Spirit have anything? Oh, well, good night, John. Thank you for coming on. I appreciate that. I know you're probably really tired from the mock exam. So, yeah, when the mind is working, it kind of wears you out. So anyway, well, does Spirit have anything it wants to say to Yvonne today? Let's see. Yes, it has a couple of things to say to you today. I hope you have a good night, John. Let's see if that's it. Oh. I'm going to take these two. These two fell out. This is a major, and this is a, looks like the Chariot, but I think maybe it's not. I think it's the Devil card. It's a major arcana. It's talking about trickery or being under somebody's foot, basically. I think that what it's trying to tell you today is you are in control. You are nobody's property. You are in control of your life. You get to say what you think. You get to hear what you think. And they cannot take that away from you. No matter how much they threaten, they can't. First off. And then second is tweaking your plan. No, that's 8. Feeling like you're trapped. Yeah, these two are definitely going hand in hand. And for some reason you're feeling trapped, like you don't have an option, but you do. There's always options. And you can find that light at the end of the tunnel. I'm positive that you can. And Spirit is saying, don't allow people to trap you. Then you have the Queen of Wands, which is a Leo type of temperament. I think that you are a very strong individual. Most Leos are very strong. Trying to cover tatas there. Most Leos are very strong, and this is a strong type of temperament. I think you are strong-willed, and you need to allow yourself that freedom to be who you are, who you want to be, and allow yourself that freedom. And then you have the Knight of Cups, and it says you need to take action where passion is concerned. This is the Knight of Cups. You need to take action where passion is concerned. And then you've got the Tower reverse. So things aren't as bad as you might think they are in your life. So, find those obstacles and just find a way around them or over them or under them or getting them out of the way so that you can proceed and move forward and be better than you are at this present moment, is what it's talking about. I like this guy, but he is busy and you're not sure. Um, I think, for me, you need to, you really do need to enjoy the ride. And, I always say, don't race to the finish. Enjoy yourself, enjoy your time, enjoy your relationships as much as you possibly can. That's what June says. Let's see what the cards say for you to do. And I know you're not from our country, and it seems like you have picked the wrong individuals before. So don't race to the finish line. Enjoy what time you're spending with this person and what time that they can give you, because they may be busy, truly. But let's see what the cards say. That one wanted to come. Saying you need a reading instead of me. All right. You may be wanting more than they can give right now, and it's okay that you want, a relationship. You want to, be committed and have a committed partner, but take what they're giving you and enjoy it, and make sure that you're not rushing into anything. You're not rushing. Just, enjoy what you can get right now. Enjoy the time that he's allowed to spend with you. And because that might be all he has. And, you got the 9 of Swords. So I know it feels lonely sometimes, or 9 of Wands. I know it feels lonely sometimes, but it's okay. It's okay. I say try on shoes. I say if he hasn't committed to you yet, if he hasn't said, hey, we're in a committed relationship, then you're not committed to him, because he hasn't, you haven't pronounced your commitment to each other. So, yeah, I see that. I'm going to have to get off here soon, but, Fatima, you have to try on shoes to figure out what you want in a person. Right now, if he's not giving you the time and he's not said that you guys are committed to each other, then you're not committed. So you don't have to be loyal to him. You can still see other people if you want to, if you're not committed. Now, if you said and he said that we're in a committed relationship, then yes, you need to just enjoy it and go about your day. But if he hasn't committed, then try on some other shoes and see what you like and what you don't like. Because obviously you want somebody to pay you some time, right? And then you got the Page of Cups, and this is a Pisces type of temperament. And it talks about going with the flow, just see what happens. Don't rush to the finish line. It's not a race, it's more of a journey, So relax, take your time, enjoy yourself. You're young. Because, you can commit yourself to a nightmare, and it's time for you to figure out yourself what you want, and who gets to spend time with you. Not settling for anybody or anyone. You've got to do what you think is best for you. And, your ship is in. I mean, you just got to see if it's the right ship. See if you've asked for the right things. If you want somebody to spend more time with you and he is busy making himself money to take care of you, that's one thing. If he's just not making time for you, that's another thing. So make sure it's what you want before you commit to anything. And oh, good, Yvonne. I'm glad. But I really do have to get off. I've been going on for 2 hours now. Thank you, Gina. I have a clock ticking right there, and it's telling me how long I've been on. But I get carried away. I want to answer everybody's question that I can. And it took a long time for people to get on today. Everybody's busy on Wednesdays, I guess. I need to try to do it at a later time sometimes. You're welcome, But I really appreciate everybody. And don't forget, I do the tarot card of the day. It's a short, doesn't take very long to watch those. And then, except for Sunday, which I do Zodiac Sunday, I don't have any collabs coming up as of right now. I may try to hit one of the slumber parties with Voices from the Swamp, but I know that she is going to be busy moving soon, so she probably wouldn't have a lot of time, but yeah, because moving is hard. And anyway, thank you all for showing up and being a part of my community. I am so blessed, and I feel so grateful for that. And this takes me away from a lot of things that, my mind races. So this helps me too, more than you guys know. Yeah, I'm so sorry, Eleanor. I hope that you get to feeling better, and I am, definitely sending you some positive energy that you're okay and that things are good. Anyway, thank you, Glorious, and everybody. I enjoy this very much, and thank you guys for being a part of my community and liking and subscribing and doing all the things to help me grow. And I appreciate it so much. And thank you. And thanks to my monitors, Gina and Eleanor. I appreciate you too very much. And I hope you guys have a awesome rest of your day, and you take care of yourself, Eleanor. And I will catch you tomorrow for that short tarot card of the day. And then there will be It's Live Saturday Live with me, and then Zodiac Sunday. So let's keep growing together. So good night. Y'all sleep well if you're going to bed, and get rest, and think about the card for tomorrow. Stay mystical.